Alright, this is January 2018, question number 7, our review statistics. Alright, we're told that the marks obtained by 10 students in a test are shown below. So this is the marks obtained by 10 students in a test. For the data, we're to determine the range. I is asking for the range. Now, the range is equal to the highest value minus the lowest value. What is the highest value you see up there? 45. What is the lowest value? 29. Talk to me. 29. Subtract, what do you get? 16. Talk to me. 16. So the range is 16 marks. Alright. Next, we're asked for the median. The median is the middle value when the values are arranged in ascending order. The median is the middle value when the values are arranged in ascending order. So let's arrange values in ascending order. We have 29, 31, 35, 36, 37, 38, 38, then 338, so there's another 38, 38 again, then 42, and lastly 45. Now, there are 10 values. Whenever there's an even number of values, you must add the two middle values and divide by 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the two middle values. So Q2. So the median, which is Q2, is equal to 37 plus 38 divided by 2. This I'm guessing is what? 75? 75 over 2. This is 37 and a half. That's the median. Next we need the interquartile range. Now the interquartile range, IQR, is equal to Q3 minus Q1. The interquartile range, IQR, is equal to Q3 minus Q1. Q3 is the upper quartile, the third or upper quartile, and Q1 is the first or what, or lower quartile. Now here's where you get Q1. Tell me, how many numbers are done? How many numbers come before the median? How many numbers come before the median? Q1 is the middle number. So this is Q1. How many numbers come after the median? Q3 is the one in the middle. This is Q3. Now, the interquartile range IQR is equal to Q3 minus Q1. This would be equal to 38 minus 35. This is 3 marks. The interquartile range IQR is equal to 3 marks. Then we ask, calculate the probability that a student chosen at random scores less than half the total marks in the test. A student chosen at random scored less than half the total marks in the test. Sometimes sound a little bit weird. What I'm guessing this thing is saying is that I must add up all of the marks, then, don't it? And first find out what is half. Let's add up all of the marks. Add up these 10 numbers and tell me what you get.
369.
How much you get? 369?
69.
Divide that by 2, where you get?
184.5.
Alright, there's a problem. The probability that a student chosen at random score less than half the total marks in the test. What is the total marks in the test? In essence, what I was interpreting it as is that, does anybody have a question anywhere? Can somebody get to this question? Sorry, let me find my tablet. It says the probability that a student chosen at random score less than half the total marks in the test. Well, what is the total marks in the test? Alright, let's see. If I'm not seeing what to do, I'm going to leave the question and come back to it. Oh, it's not up there, but the thing is marked out of 16. It's marked out of 16. The marks obtained by 10 students in a test scored out of 16. That should be there. Scored out of 60 are shown below. So what we want is the probability that if you select a student at random, the student will get less than half of what? 60. Alright, it says what? Less than what? Half. Less than half. How many persons score less than 30? Talk to me now. One person out of how many persons? 10. So the probability is what? Is 10%. The probability that what? The marks is less than 60 is equal to 1 out of 10, which is equal or 0.1 or 10%. So there's a 10% chance that if you select a student at random, that student is going to score what? Less than what? Less than what? 30 on the test. Less than 30 on the test. The B part of the question, it says the frequency distribution below shows the masses in grams of 50 adults prior to the start of a fitness program. Using a scale of 2, so the data here is, it's the weight of what? 50 adults in what? Kilogram, so the masses in kilogram prior to the start of a fitness what? Program. Before the start of a fitness program, this was the what? The weight. Here's what they're asking us to do. Using a scale of 2 centimeters to represent 5 units on the x-axis and 1 centimeter to represent 1 unit on the y-axis, draw a frequency polygon to represent the information of the table. Well, so let's start. I'm drawing my y-axis. And this is my x-axis. My y-axis and my x-axis. All right. So let's label our axes. The scale on the bottom is what? 2 centimeters to what? 5 units. That means every 2 centimeters the number goes up by 5. Obviously I would start from 0. Don't make any sense to start from 0, because this starts from what? 60. So I will probably start from what? 55? I probably start from what? Not 55. Let me start from 50. So I'm going to let this be what? 50. How much am I starting at? Help me know? Or if I want, I could break it a little. And at the first one, I put what? 50. Every 2 centimeters, the number goes up by what? Every 2 centimeters, the number goes up by what? 5. So it's what? 1 centimeter, 2 centimeter, 55. 1 centimeter, 2 centimeter, 60. 1 centimeter, 2 centimeter, 65. 1 centimeter, 2 centimeter, 70. 1 centimeter, 2 centimeter, 75. 1 centimeter, 2 centimeter, 80. 1 centimeter, 2 centimeter, 85. 1 centimeter, 2 centimeter, 90. Does yours go up to 90? 85 is where it stops? Alright, we need for it to go to 90. Are you listening? We need for it, does it go up to 90? On yours it go up to 90? Matter of fact, we need for it to go beyond 90. It needs to reach at least 90, 95. It needs to reach at least what? 90. Let me ask you, where did you start the thing? Did you start at the dead left margin? Then start it at the dead left margin. When you don't know what to do, that's why you're doing foolishness. Start at the extreme left margin. Nobody tried the thing if the thing will go work. We just start draw and assume that it will work. That's just the very definition of getting what? Joke. Start at the extreme end. Because you need for this thing to go out as far as what? 95. It must go as far as 95 for this thing to work. That's 95. Now, the scale on the vertical axis is 1 centimeter to 1. So that needs to go up as high as what? As 15. Because the highest frequency we have is 15. So you know it's going to go fairly what? High. 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Now, to draw your frequency polygon, you're going to use two values. The values you're going to use are the class midpoint and the frequency. So down here you have the class midpoint. Over here you have the frequency. Careful consideration, we could have started it at 55. Does yours go as far as 95? That's what I need to know. Yours reach 90? Whose fault is that? Mine? I'm asking. Yeah, mom, because I'm here to do the exam. Start it at 55. Most 9,000 are here to do the exam. Alright, in other words, ladies and gentlemen, you must have some idea as to what you're drawing and what you need to do in order to get it on the paper. You must have some idea as to what you're drawing and what you need to do to get it on the paper. Can I tell you what I know? Your frequency polygon is going to start at 57. Your frequency polygon is going to start at 57. How me know that? Because me know what me I do. Your frequency polygon is going to end at 92. How we know that? Because I know what I'm doing. So therefore, this needs to go as far as what? As 55. Because after 55, you're going to go to what? It's going to start at 57. You must know what you're doing, or else you're going to have problems. Nobody passes an exam not knowing what to do. Nobody. Let's go. Now let me ask you this. Down here, it's 2 centimeters to 5 units. What is the value of the minor divisions? Down here, it's 2 centimeters to 5 units. What is the value of the minor divisions? Alright, let me show you how it works. The way it works is that this is 2 centimeters to 5 units. Every centimeter in the graph sheet is divided into how many equal parts? 5. So 2 centimeters would be divided into how much? 1 centimeter divided into how many equal parts? 2 centimeters will be divided into how many equal parts? 10. But 2 centimeters is representing what? 5 units. So the 5 units will be divided into 10 equal parts. What do you get when you divide 5 by 10? So we divide, or prepare to get sanctuary. And divide 5 by 10, you're going to get 0.5 units. You're going to get 0.5 units. It means the minor divisions down here so is 0.5 of a unit. The minor divisions down here is 0.5 of a unit. What are the values we plot for the frequency polygon? The values we plot are the what? Midpoint and the frequency. So this is my coordinate, this is my x coordinate, and this is my what? Y coordinate. So let's find 62. 60, 60.5, 61, 61.5, 62. At 62 I go up. 62 corresponds to a frequency of what? That's the first point. Now everybody knows that they must not draw these dotted lines. Next, 67 corresponds to a frequency of 11. 65, 65.5, 66, 66.5, 67. Go up at 67. 67 corresponds to a frequency of 11. 72 corresponds to a frequency of 15. 70, 70.5, 71, 71.5, 72. Go up at 72. And 72 corresponds to a frequency of 15. Next we have what? 77, which corresponds to a frequency of 9. 75, 75.5, 76, 76.5, 77. Corresponds to a frequency of 9. Next is 82. 82 corresponds to a frequency of 5. 80, 80.5, 81, 81.5, 82. And that corresponds to a frequency of 5. And the last one, 87, corresponds to a frequency of 2. 85, 85.5, 86, 86.5, 87. 87 corresponds to a frequency of 2. Alright? Now that we've plotted all the points, the next thing we need to do is we need to connect the points. Now, you're going to connect the points them in order using a ruler. You're going to connect the points in order using a ruler. Now, the only thing that remains is this. Where do we start and where do we end the frequency polygon? Can you stop a second and look, please? Where do we start and where do we end the frequency polygon? Ladies and gentlemen, the frequency polygon starts one class width before the first class midpoint, and it ends one class width after the last class midpoint. I'll say it again. The frequency polygon must start and end on the horizontal axis. The frequency polygon starts one class width before the first class midpoint and one class width, and it ends one class width after the last class midpoint. Let me show you what I mean. How much is this going up by? 5. Talk to me. 5. If it's going up by 5, what is the one after 87? Talk to me. It ends, your frequency polygon ends at 92 on your horizontal axis. Do not write, look. It ends at 92 on your horizontal axis. So 90, 90.5, 91, 91.5, 92. It ends at 92. And you can connect it. If it is going up by 5, what is the one before 62? Talk to me. It starts at 57 on the horizontal axis. 50, 55, 55.5, 56, 56.5, 57. It starts at 57. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your frequency polygon. Alright, things that you should note. Your frequency polygon, you must not draw the what? Dotted lines. Everybody know that. You only draw what lines to answer question. You do not draw lines to plot points. You must remember that the frequency polygon must start and end on the horizontal axis. It must start one class width before the first class midpoint and end one class width after the last class midpoint. This is your frequency polygon.